Hello, hello, hello. We are back again. Now we are visiting. Let's see if we're live on this thing. See if we're live over here. I never trust that this thing is going to be live. Even though it says it is. Says upcoming. Says waiting. Says waiting. Waiting. Says waiting. Did I push the right button? It says we're live. And it says we're live. Yeehaw. Okay. There we go. Now it says we're live. And we got to push the little button. It says all messages. Okie dokie. I don't like it sideways. Upright. There we are. Hello. We are back. Hi all. Okay. All right. Hello, Miss Elizabeth. Hello, Shatika. Good morning. Happy Easter, everybody. Hello. Okay. Oh, and there's Miss Amber. She's on her way to the grocery store. Amber's going to the grocery store.
I'm not going to the grocery store. I am just going to the gas station and picking up some medicine for Mom.
To the gas station.
Yeah, I have a freaking headache. So I think it's allergies. So I think we're suffering from allergies.
Oh, probably.
So I'm going to pick up some allergy medication for me as well. But I wanted to come on and just say, hey, I will be there with you. Let me run to the store real quick. The gas station, because they have stuff there.
They do.
Yeah,
they do. And
then as soon as I park, I'm gonna go share to my page.
Yay!
So everybody knows that we're coming. I can't see any of the comments while driving.
That's okay. Everybody's just saying hi, howdy, good morning. We've got Miss Shatika here, and we have Miss Elizabeth here, and then we've got me.
Elizabeth. That sounds familiar. Did I send anything out to her?
Elizabeth McInnes?
Maybe a long time ago.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Elizabeth said the kids were excited about their baskets and snow. You have snow?
Oh, no, it's not snow.
Could they see the east? Yes, you did send yarn to Miss Elizabeth. She said thank you for the yarn. So then could the kids see the Easter bunny tracks in the snow?
Now that would have been cute.
Just like the reindeer tracks in the snow? Oh my gosh. That's hilarious. Not even what we're thinking about right now.
One of my kids is still asleep because he's almost 15 years old. The other one, it's a Sunday, and she just wanted to stay upstairs. So, she's 10. She does have her own device, but if I block like everything, so she only has like YouTube for Kids and a couple of games. Because I'm just, I'm a helicopter mom.
You're a good mom.
Super helicopter, yeah, whatever. They don't think so.
I know, but they know.
Yeah. But so she decided she wanted to stay up, and I don't think they remembered that it's Easter. So I was able to.
You had Easter last weekend as well, correct?
What? No, kind of. Okay, I'm going to put myself on mute. I will be back in just a second. You can take me off if you need to, okay?
Okay.
All right, I'll talk to you soon.
Or we'll make you big. Well, like we do with Dana. Oh my goodness. That's hilarious. No. It's so we did our little get together this morning with our knitting get together, and I just barely had finished my square. So now I'm going to crochet around it. And that's where I'm at on this, on my square. I keep saying, square. Yeah, square. Because if I say block and then I talk about blocking my block and blocking and blocking my block, and it gets very confusing. So I have to say my square. And that works out much better. So how is everybody this morning? What are y'all doing? Sounds like the Easter Bunny came to Elizabeth's house. How about Miss Shatika? Did the Easter Bunny come to your house? The Easter Bunny does not come to my house any longer. In fact, I kind of sort of forgot all about it being Easter. There is no bunny coming here anymore. Back in the day, many years ago, we were in Germany, and we talked about this a couple weeks ago. And Der Osterheron came. And Der Osterheron leaves the stuff outside in the Easter baskets because it's more like a bird's nest. Whoops, that's not what I want. See, I can talk and crochet, but I do have to know what I'm doing. So today is going to be a good day. I've got things planned, but nothing too strenuous. Mostly cleaning, lots of cleaning and getting organized and getting the motorhome is back. She's back and she's parked in the yard where she belongs. And Mr. put together, we got a sort of a shed sort of a thing. You know, I think I'm going to need to put because I sort of can't tell where that corner is. And I do go round and round, but I want there to be a corner there. We built a little shed, just a plastic one that we bought. He didn't build it. He put together a shed that we got at Costco yesterday. And I really didn't want to be getting anything at Costco yesterday, but you know how Costco is. If you don't get it when it's there, you may not get it. And they had these nice sheds, and it's about half again big from the one that I had already. And that's where I store my supplies for my CPR classes. And so I did want to get another shed. And this one it's like 2 feet wider and 2 feet taller. Well, more than 2 feet taller. Oh, I can't unmute her. She has to unmute herself. You have to do it. There you go.
Okay.
So it's 2 feet wider and 2 feet deeper and probably 3 feet because we can walk inside of it. So it's way bigger than my other one was. So we can put all the first aid equipment in there and then even more stuff. So it's going to be super, super nice for storing the equipment. So all the first aid equipment will leave the house. So it'll all be outside in the shed. The only thing that may still stay in, I've got one little duffel bag and it's got paperwork in it. So I probably won't put that outside in the shed. But other than that, all of the first aid stuff will be outside. And that's going to help with space. I mean, even if you can get 1 or 2 buckets out of the living room, it's going to help.
I thought you were going to get it for yarn.
No, I can't do that because this is literally outside.
Oh.
It's like out in the backyard.
I got to stop at one more store because the first store didn't have her medicine.
Oh.
So you're going to see me go to another store. I got donuts, though, so that was good.
Perfect. I would like donuts.
I already ate. I made French toast
We
and
had
everything.
one. It's not really a cinnamon roll. It's kind of a sweet roll thing that was left over from almost 2, if not 3 weeks ago that Mr. brought home. And there was one left in there. I'm like, yeah, I'll eat it. I don't care. Put it in the microwave for 10 minutes or 10 seconds. Good enough.
You'll kill it. You'll kill everything. All right. I'll be back again. Sorry.
Okay. So he put that, hi, Miss Daphne. So he put that little shed thing together for me yesterday, and we loaded it up with everything today. It's not even half full. And it's got a light and it's got a shelf. Oh, I feel like I'm in heaven. So, yeah, 10 minutes. That would have been in it. It would have been a brick at that point. And so that's super nice. So we got all, and I'm looking around in here. I'm like, okay, what else can I don't want to become a junk spot because it's for my first aid stuff. But there's still other things in here that can go out there that are first aid things. There's also some things that I need to go through that Miss Morgan and I need to decide if we're keeping or not. So they can go into a bin and be put out there until we go through those things. Because, it's cold and we don't want to deal with that stuff while it's cold. So we'll go through that. And what else? And then, like I said, I want to start doing finish up some cleaning in there in the motor home so I can move some yarn stuff out there. And it's gonna not exactly be a yarn shed, but it will be more of a yarn space than what I have now. And just those two things is going to clear out some space in here that we just don't have. We just don't have in here. And plus that clears out the old little storage shed, the smaller storage. So the smaller storage shed would have been something that some people would use them for like their garbage cans, although the garbage cans we have are too tall to go in it. Some people would have put their lawn furniture in it. So we've got that little bit of a storage shed to use for something else. He'll fill it up with junk in no time. I have, no idea what he'll put in there, but he will. He'll put something in there. What he could put in there, it'd be like the chicken feed, stuff like that. Because I think that's I don't even know where he keeps it now. That's his deal. I have nothing to do with the chickens. He leaves my yarn alone in theory. He complains about it, but he doesn't mess with it too much. And I leave the chicken stuff alone. So that's kind of how that works. And yeah, so that's kind of my day, rearranging and cleaning. And I had it needed a little light in there, but I didn't want to run electricity or anything. But I had this it was about maybe a foot long, and you just touch it and it turns on and off, and it's got sticky stuff on the back. And he had put it in my closet when we first moved in, and it didn't really work out well in there. So I told him to put that out there, and I think that's going to be perfect in there. So now it's got that little light in there. And so when you open the doors, and it's got doors that open, the other one, you had to lift the lid and then pull this thing out. So now it's got full-size doors that open, and it's got that little clip-on light. So it's going to be real nice out there for that stuff. So that's exciting. And already have most everything out there. Yay, yay. Elizabeth, you've got your yarn ready? The crochet crowd. Oh, Joanne stitch along. I have never done those. I always have too many other stitch alongs that I'm doing, too many other things. And we're starting one in probably about a month. That's what Cheryl and I were talking about it. And we think it'll be just about a month when we'll be ready to go. It's going to be a combination crochet. Mine's good. She's going to do a knit project, and I'm going to do a crochet project. And both of them are going to be shawls. So they're going to be small projects. And we're running them concurrently with my little knit thing. So she's going to do a knit shawl. She's designing the knit shawl. And I've already got my shawl figured out. I've just got to get it written up. So, and it's going to be easy, of course, because it's me. And We're going to present it on, it'll be the Sunday morning, same time that I'm doing the squares. We'll be doing the crochet, the make along for the crocheted shawl. So I'll have a crocheted shawl and she'll have a knit shawl, and we'll be doing them at the same time. And Miss Amber's going to be doing it. And because she'll crochet a shawl in no time, and it'll work up as fast or as slow as you want it to. It'll be very easy. Literally, by the time you figure out, it'll probably take you no more than 2 weeks to figure. 2 of our weeks of showing you what we're doing to have it down pat, and then you can just go and you do it on your own time.
When does that start?
Probably we're thinking like the first week of May. We want people to have time to finish up their blocks for the block exchange.
Uh-huh.
And then that'll be the week that you'll want to have that in the mail. Let me look at the calendar. I think
the reason I'm asking is because Baclo Day just hit her million today. So she's at 1 million. And she has a crochet along happening, which I think a lot of people will probably do.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And it starts April 5th. And it's the whole month of April.
Mm.
So May would be great to do that.
So May 1st, which is the day we've got to mail out our blocks, is on a Wednesday.
Okay.
So the first Sunday in May is May 5th. And so probably that's when we'll talk about our shawl. So figure the first Sunday in May is when we'll talk about our shawl. We'll be ready with our pattern. And it's going to be a very easy pattern.
This is you and Cheryl, right?
Me and Cheryl. Yes, Cheryl's will be knit. Mine will be crochet. So you'll have an option. So everybody will have something to do. Mine is going to be rectangle. Hers is a triangle.
Okay.
And I've already got my design figured out, if I haven't lost it, because I wrote it down and then I moved the piece of paper. And I don't see the piece of paper now, but it's in my head. I already know what it is. I have to do a sample so I make sure that the repeat works.
Right. So it's going to be like a wrap.
Yes.
I love wraps.
I do too. See, to me, a shawl and a wrap is the exact same thing. And every time I say a rectangle shawl, people go, oh, it's a wrap. I don't know what the difference is.
I think I just the shape. For me, that's how I'm a Midwestern girl, so that's how we say it. But that doesn't mean that everybody says it like that.
And when I said it to Dana, she said, oh, it's a wrap.
Oh, well, I don't know. She's one of your people. Northwest or Pacific Northwest. Okay.
What about you guys? If it's rectangle, is it no longer a shawl? To me, everything is a shawl. They're just different shaped. There's triangle shawls, there's rectangle shawls, there's asymmetric shawls. It's just they're all different shapes.
I love asymmetrical shawls too.
Why? Okay,
I've never made one.
I burned myself when I made this because it ended up being so freaking big, I can't use it. Now it's an asymmetrical blanket. So I don't.
That's funny. Did I put you on mute? Okay.
So that's why I like the rectangles, because you have more control over how big it is.
Oh, can't forget the donuts. Oh my God.
Yeah, get them donuts in the house.
Okay.
And you can make it a solid color. You can make it stripes. It's going to have like a 5-row repeat, so you can do each repeat a different color, whatever you want to do.
Yeah. I don't know what I just did. Sorry. Are you there?
You can have, I will have yarn suggestions, but you can use whatever you want.
Where's Mom? How's she doing? I'm going to put you on mute. Or not.
What you got to do. Come back when you can.
On mute.
So yeah, you call them shells also. And and when I see things online, they're all called shawls. They're just different shapes. It's a rectangle shawl. Hello, Miss Tina. So what's everybody working on today? I finished my square for the square of the week for my knit along. I just finished it. And now I am doing I put a crochet border around it to make it a little bigger, basically. And this crochet border was the one suggested by Miss Pinky Jean. She's doing the same thing on hers. And I thought that was brilliant. So I stole her idea. Okay, so Cheryl says it's a wrap if it's a rectangle. Alrighty then. Okay, so we're gonna look it up and see what the world of Cheryl says if it's rectangle, it's a wrap. Shawl shapes. Shawl shapes. Crochet. They're calling it a shawl even if it's a rectangle. Square. Oh my goodness, look at all the chevron, square, square wedge, V shape. Wedge. Everything.
That means.
Yeah. Now, to be fair, if it is rectangle, they're calling it a shawl / wrap.
Oh, all right. Let me see if I can share this. I forgot to share it. Stream. Why are you so big? Yes.
Fun with shapes.
What do you mean restart my PC? Oh, for the love of God. Restart. Fine. Can you tell me if I shared it?
Nope.
Hey, leave me alone.
They're calling it either or. So apparently some people insist it's a wrap while other people say yes, it's a shawl.
Okay.
We'll call it both to make everybody happy. But the main thing is one is crochet and one is knit to make everybody happy. And hello, Mr. Steve. Oh, and stoles, that's another term.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's not working. Come on.
Cast off, bind off. Yep. Samey same. Different parts of the world, different terms. But when we got so much flack about this project being too easy, so we decided to make Cheryl's knit project is going to be a little, not a lot, a little more, a little less easy. Still easy. Those of you who are still baby knitters will be able to do it, but it's going to have a little more interest for those of you who are seasoned knitters. It's definitely not going to be intermediate, but it's going to have a little more interest than all of these ribs in all of these squares. And then those of you who don't knit at all, we decided that we would do a crochet, something crochet.
That would be me.
That would be you. And that way I can do something in addition to, we're still doing this, but in addition to this, that I can keep up with. So it's going to be, oh, Miss Cheryl. It is You know it's supposed to be easy. You know how they have the bars where it says easy? It's got the 4 stripes. I would say if it's in the easy realm and easy has 4 things, you can go up to 3 of the 4 things.
What is this? Claritin. Ho ho.
We want Steve to be interested, but we don't want to scare away Mary.
All of that?
You can have as much fun as you want when we're doing your squares. That's going to be fun, Steve. Next, when Miss Cheryl is doing hers, she's going to start us off on easy, and by the time we're done, we're going to be knitting replicas of the Taj Mahal. She's throwing out words like boucle and no, what is it? Brioche. She's talking about brioche, which is very, very advanced, Amber.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm not doing that, so it doesn't really matter. But I was, in crochet, we have a stitch heirloom that you have to use a different tool with. And if I have to use more than one tool, then it's no longer crochet.
I had somebody yesterday ask me if I could teach him how to tat. No.
Do you know how to tat?
No.
Oh.
No.
There's no way. Not doing that.
Tina, I am running. I got a bug in my ear and decided I'm going to do a knit along because I've been knitting for 15 minutes. And so this is a square that I'm doing in my knit along, and it's every Sunday morning, and you can go back and see them. And so this is a very easy project, so easy that several of the people that started with me got bored to tears, and that's why we're adding in the not as easy shawl project to it, and a crochet. And that's also why Miss Cheryl is creating a not easy. We're going to go. So this, if we're rating, this is this level of easy, and her shawl is going to be high easy to high intermediate.
High easy to high intermediate. Okay.
And we're going to learn a lot of stuff when we're doing hers. And then in next month, we're going to add on to this project. We're still doing this, but we're also going to be doing a knit shawl, which is going to have a lot more interest, and a crochet shawl for all the people that are non-knitters.
Me.
Mm-hmm.
Non-knitter. I do not knit. Oh my gosh, what I could do. Oh, I'm talking to myself. I apologize. Go ahead.
So, I finished all of my squares for the giveaway, which, by the by, if you guys don't know about, there's still a few people in here that, there, you are connected now. Okay, let me put up my little thingy. Hold on. Everybody hold on. You talk, Amber. Whoops.
I am trying to pull yarn off my shelf and it keeps falling. Because if you're like me, then you are stuffing your shelves with yarn. And so I think it's time for another no-no box. I got to do another no-no box. Because I just sent all my no-no boxes out. Except for one. You guys, I put that butterfly yarn away so I wouldn't lose it. Mm-hmm. Okay. I misplaced it.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
So, yeah.
For those of you who sign in to this under Miss Amber's channel, you will only see the comments under Miss Amber's channel. For those of you who have joined under Robin's channel, you will only see the comments under Miss Robin's channel.
Yeah.
I can tell who has joined under Amber's channel because I've got a funny little symbol.
Okay.
So I am trying to, as a for instance, Mr. Steve has just said that I need to make a very complicated and interesting crochet shawl. That he doesn't know why the crochet shawl has to be easy and the knit hard. So I am sharing his comment so everybody can hear his comment.
I don't mind a hard one. I think that would be interesting. You'd make it as interesting as you want.
Good morning, Wildflower. Now, Wildflower has joined us from Amber's channel, so the people on my channel cannot tell that. Now, I'm not going to say everybody's that's saying hi, howdy stuff, but when there are comments, I'll make sure and share them. Steve, the reason is I am creating my very first pattern, and I've never done a pattern before. I've never made my own pattern before. So it's kind of easy. It's interesting to me. It's the type of shawl I would like to make.
Yeah.
So it's not simple, but it's the kind of shawl that I would like to make, that I would use, and that I would make it, I would use it. I like rectangle shawls. Those are the ones that I grab. I find for me personally, a shawl that I would use is not solid. It's got some airiness to it, but it's not completely fluff either, because I want it to keep me warm. I grab a shawl when I'm sitting here and I'm chilly. I'm going to throw it over my legs, and that's kind of why I like it rectangle, because it's almost a lapgan that I can throw around my shoulders or my legs. I wear shawls a lot. Yeah, drapey. I wear shawls a lot when I'm on my cruises. That's the majority of the time when I wear my shawls. I wear shawls a lot when I'm working at the theater, because I tend to be chilly when I'm in the theater. I wear shawls a lot when I'm in car rides, because I throw them over my knees. I don't want to wear a coat, but then my legs get chilly. And I don't want to be doing increases and decreases. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's a rectangle, and it's got, and I can tell you right now, I've already done the pattern in my head. I've already written it down. I've already lost the written down piece of paper, because that's how I roll. But it's got double crochets, single crochets. What do we call that? It's not called a box stitch, but that's what I call it, where you do double and then you do a chain and skip a stitch. So you've got that little, opening, almost the same kind of a stitch that you're doing when you do fillet crochets. So you get that square. And it's got half double. So it's got a good mixture. Hello, Ivy B. So Ivy B is on your channel, and I can tell that.
I love IVB. Hi.
So it's got a good mix of stitches.
Oh my gosh, are you killing me?
It's not, I don't think the knitter isn't going to be challenging. It's just going to be better than this, because you guys were bored to tears with this.
Yeah. I guess they were. I don't do stuff like that, so I don't know.
I don't think, Steve, it's not really complicated. It's based off of the what's his name? Stephen West. It's based off of his first shawl. So that was the base for the idea. And then we just made that a little more interesting, because even that one we thought was too easy. If anybody dares say a Stephen West shawl was too easy. But even his first one, we were afraid that you guys would get tired of it, because it's basically a whole bunch of stockinette with a row of garter now and then.
Yeah.
So that was the base for it. And then Miss Cheryl decided to add a little interest to that. So I'm not saying that it's complicated. It's just we want to make it a little more interesting. And
my computer's going so slow. Ugh.
Mine isn't.
I'm trying to load both pages so that I can see both page comments.
And here's
IVB Creates, who I absolutely love, by the way.
If I looked up, hi Ivy.
This is what you get for going to the center.
Yarn barf. If
Yes.
I looked up on a chart, Steve, mine may not be considered an easy. I'll bet if I looked on a chart, mine would be considered intermediate because it uses single crochets, double crochets, half double crochets, whatever we call that other stitch.
Treble?
No, I don't like treble crochets.
Single, half double, double.
And then where you skip.
Okay, so chain one spaces. Chains.
Chain one spaces. So in my mind, that's an easy project.
Yeah.
But I'll bet if we look on, there's a thing. Let's look that chart up. Let's do it.
Oh, if there's like more than a couple of stitches or?
So there's a form, there's a thing, there's a chart to determine how easy or complicated a pattern is.
Yeah.
And it's in Miss Dana has it on her site. It's in her community page. Dana.
And I think that patterns are as easy or as hard as the teacher who teaches them.
Right. Oh, Dana's got a yarn giveaway going. Make sure you go over there.
Okay.
Here, I'll attach it. Drawing goes up in 2 days, and I know I forgot to put in for it. Yeah, there's no extended double, treble, anything like that.
I like extended crochets.
Community page. It was a while ago because we were talking about this one day. Dana's getting a new dog.
She is?
Yes. A friend of hers passed away, and her friend had the dog, and she's going to take her friend's dog.
Aww.
It's been a while because we were talking about this a while ago. Oh, look at all her beautiful projects.
Who, Dana's?
Yes, there it is. The Northwest Yarny Social. Steve, you need to come to the Northwest Yarny Social.
Where's Steve from?
I have no idea, but he needs to come.
Okay, so I want live chat. There we go.
Ooh, that's pretty.
There we go. Well, see, I missed a boatload because I didn't put the live chat in there.
Well, you got to put the chat in there.
Hi, Kai. Or Key. I'm not really sure.
Amigurumi. Oh, you put a lot of stuff in here. You put way more than I do.
You're talking to who are you talking to?
I'm talking to Dana's. Community page.
Ah, I delete all my stuff out of the community page once it's done.
Really?
Oh yeah, I don't keep anything in there. I don't keep anything in. Happy Easter to everybody. My kids are still upstairs, so the eggs are still in the backyard. The baskets are still down here.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
Oh, nice, Cheryl.
Projects may include a variety of stitch patterns. I can't. I need to go to Craft Yarn Council. Okay, I need to go to the Craft Yarn Council so I can read this thing.
The Craft Yarn
CAFT, Craft Yarn, COUNCIL, Craft Yarn Council standards.
Hey, Stephanie, how are you?
And I need to look up
I'm trying to get to my top of my
for
page. All mine.
project levels. Project levels. Okay, it's still considered okay. Easy, mid-range easy says project may include simple stitch patterns, color
Hey,
work, and
Kate.
or
Little
shaping.
right there.
Intermediate says project may include involved stitch patterns, color work, and or shaping. Well, what's the difference between a simple stitch pattern and an involved stitch pattern? That's kind of,
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's still considered, I think this is still considered easy because I don't have increases and decreases. It's definitely not an involved stitched pattern.
I don't know. I'll do it. I have a bunch of one weights and 2-weight yarns.
And I will be giving suggestions for some good yarns to use.
Okay. And you'll have the multiples, so.
Oh yeah, I'll have the multiples.
Bigger, smaller. Yeah.
And you know, it's a rectangle, so you just go as big as you want.
Yeah.
And it'll either be a hello, Roseanne. Hi, Stephanie. You got a bunch of people from your site coming in.
Howdy, guys.
It'll either be an even number or an odd number. That's all, and that's what I still have to figure out on mine.
Okay.
And it won't be boring. It'll be pretty.
Yeah.
So it's based on the boneyard, and Cheryl was saying she was bored with the boneyard right from the get-go. So that's why she wants to fluff it up a little bit. And honestly, the boneyard is just a shape. And so Cheryl's just, you know, we're using a triangle pattern, and she's just kind of going from there. So we'll see what she comes up with. I hear you. I hear you, Cheryl. I hear you loud and clear. So we'll see what she comes up with. It'll be lovely. It'll be beautiful.
I'm sure.
There's no deadline. There's no time frame. We're just going, here you go. Enjoy. Work on it at your own pace.
It's going to be a series of videos though, right?
There won't be like training, but it'll be just like our regular Sunday morning.
Oh, okay.
It's just a knit along. This is what we're doing.
All right. I hate sitting next to my yarn wall. Do you guys hate sitting next to your yarn wall? I mean, I just pulled out a new ball of yarn and started working with it. I mean, I have so many projects I have on the floor.
It causes you to do new things.
Hungry chicken.
Okay, so Miss Cheryl says she'll do stitch tutorials for stitches, but not a pattern.
Gotcha.
And same with me. Okay, this week, this row is this. You know, this row is a double crochet. Basically, we all know how to do a double crochet. I will show you, but here we go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my God, I don't know how to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's 7. We'll make an extra one just to be on the safe side.
I think I'm going to do, I haven't decided if I'm going to do mine in, I don't think I'm going to do a solid color.
No. Sorry.
I'm more inclined to either do each chunk in its own color or a like that Cascade Wave I was showing you yesterday where the colors are like a multicolored yarn where it's all pre-colored.
So this Cascade that she's talking about, it is like the wave is almost an ombre effect, except it's not ombre. The colors are gradual, even though there's big differences in the color. It's still gradual. That's a beautiful yarn.
It is beautiful. And I'm really leaning toward, but I kind of want it. I can't remember. Do you remember if the wave was a 3-weight? Because I really, I really want to do this in a DK.
Okay.
Because I just for a shawl like this, I really want a DK. I want to find a DK that I love.
I have cotton that's a DK. Oh, and I have solids, and I have prints, and I have like the wave. It's not exactly the wave, but I have something like that. I can mix solids and that.
Oh yeah, you can totally see that's what we were talking about. We were talking yesterday about how when you end up with a oh my gosh, that beautiful, beautiful autumn colored one skein that I got from my mystery box.
Which I haven't seen yet.
Well, I sent you the picture.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see that.
Skein of that autumn color. I could mix
the orangey one. Yeah.
I could. That would be perfect for this project. So I was talking about how when you end up with one skein of this glorious hand-dyed whatever, and then you don't know what to do with it.
I have one of those right here. Right here.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. And I've got 2 skeins of that I paid for, and you got it in your mystery box.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
It smells so good. Did you guys smell your yarn? Please tell me you're yarn sniffers, because this smells so good.
Yeah, we're yarn sniffers. And your cat's a yarn sniffer.
Yes, I know.
I didn't get my mystery box brought in the house. It's still out in my car.
Good gracious.
When I was bringing it, it was late when I got home last night after my dinner. And I got everything else brought in, and then I locked my car, and I didn't get that box brought in.
That's okay.
You know, that would be a really good use for that, because I could probably make that shawl out of 2 skeins. That would be the perfect use for that.
That is a fingering weight, though.
Yeah, but I can make a shawl out of 2 skeins of fingering weight.
Oh, for sure you can. Yeah. Yes, definitely.
That might be its job right there. Yep. I may have figured it out. I may have found a use for that gorgeous yarn.
Oh, it's gorgeous. I mean, it's just, I love the feel, everything about it. I just love. And I have lots of yarns that I can pair it with, but I'll wait, because I've got so many projects going on right now, including this brand new one that I just started right now. Just
as we speak.
As we're speaking. Yeah.
I'm doing, so what's everybody working on? Let us all know.
Oh my God, I could be here for 5 hours. You want to know what I'm working on?
Yes.
Okay, so I have 7 mosaics going on right now. So I have 5 Christmas blanket, 1 Apache Tears, and 1, what's the other one? Apache Tears.
You got
in a brick one.
Oh, a brick, yeah.
In a brick. 1, 2, 3. And then you know those minis that I got from Aberdeen Wools, because I love minis of the pickle jar. Listen, Gato, you're not going out. I have 40 of those. I made these little squares like this.
Oh.
These little squares. This is not this is the pattern of the square. That's not what the square looks like. That's way over there in the other corner.
Honey, just
but I'm making a cardigan out of the minis. And it's turning out so beautifully. And the squares that I'm making, like I said, I was going to make 365 squares. I'm obsessed with that square pattern. So I have some in 4-weight yarn. I have some in 3-weight yarn, and I'm getting ready to do it in comfy cotton right now because I'm obsessed with this pattern. So that's what I'm working on. Plus, I have my shirt that I'm working on. Oh, yes, it's the parties. Oh, my gosh.
So
that is prettiness.
On Aberdeen Wool in March, they had a mystery hand-dyed yarn. And they said they only made 20. It was either 20 or 25. I got 2 of them when I bought my mystery bags. And I was afraid they were going to be shamrock green because people do that in March. It's like you've got all of March. They've got one day for St. Patrick's Day. And so I bought
all
2 of these. Yeah. They were $20 a piece. I bought 2 of them. Miss Amber gets one of them in her mystery bags. It's the exact same yarn.
I did. And we paid the same price.
That I paid $40 and she got one in her mystery bag.
That I paid $17 for.
For the mystery bag. Plus all of her other yarn.
Plus the other 4 skeins of yarn that was in there, yes.
Yeah. But I'm thinking this is going to be my shawl.
It's going to be gorgeous. It's going to be so gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. Gorgeous.
Ooh. So, yeah. Elizabeth's got some stuff going on. Dang. Elizabeth
finished her behemoth of a scrap blanket, queen size across and 6 feet. Oh my Lord. Miss Cheryl is asking about your square. What square did you just show?
What square did I just show? This is a 3-weight.
Oh, is that what that goes in the middle of those squares we talked about?
Yes.
Oh,
I'm bordering this.
Guys, we've got a project coming up. Just you wait.
We do. Yeah. Oh my God. Elizabeth held 4 weights together. I couldn't, my hand would kill me. Yeah, but this is such a beautiful square. And you can do so much with it. Blankets. Like I said, I'm doing a cardigan with it. Mm-hmm. There's so many things. And I'm obsessed with that square. And those are mainly the squares that I'm doing to get rid of all my Super Saver and 4-weight yarns. I love that yarn. Oh my God. Oh my God. I think if you wanted to, you could put that in there and just like a little bits of yellow throughout that blue. I mean, the orange throughout that blue. That would look gorgeous.
Traffic says you could put a flat edge on the square and sew them together. Yeah. Oh, she's got an edging on the square already. She's got a whole thing.
All right, let me go get my other one. I'll be right back. I'll show you.
Go get it. But
you tell.
This was my one and only gorgeous hand dyed that came in my mystery bag. And it's from, I've never heard of this before, but it is lovely. It's from Lana Grossa. It's called Cool Wool Hand Dyed. And they sell them on, what website did I find it on? It'll be in my, it'll be in my unboxing video.
When's that video coming out?
Probably, maybe today. I might have time to get it uploaded but it's just shy of an hour. It's like 55 minutes.
Okay, so here we go.
5 bags.
Oh, I'll see that first.
Yeah. Isn't this gorgeous?
Mm-hmm.
This was definitely the prettiest thing in my stuff. Right there.
So here's the edging that I put on it. Can you see that? These are the minis right here. And this is the edging. And I'm putting all of these together. And I'm making a cardigan. I'm working on it. Because, and this is why, I bought a pickle jar, right? I don't knit, but I'm obsessed with minis. So I don't knit. So I wanted to see how much of that pickle jar it would take me, probably 40 plus, to make a cardigan. So this is the cardigan so far. And I'm doing it all in one piece. So it's coming together. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. So I have that orange yarn. It looks like the kind that I have as well. And oh my God, it made the most beautiful wrap. I took 3 skeins to make my wrap though, and it is like 8 feet or something.
Beautiful, just beautiful.
Oh, thank you so much, Roseanne. Robin.
Just gorgeous.
The yarn is so teeny tiny. Well, hello, Niecy. How are you doing?
It's a one weight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Free Henley. Yeah. So I paid big bucks for this.
Right.
She got it free,
right?
She got it in her bag, but I got this one in the bag, and I love it. I love this.
What is this? Oh my God. There we go.
This was the best thing I got in my mystery bag. So my I've got 5 videos, 4 or 5 videos filmed, and I got to get them uploaded because things were not up. Hello, Michelle. Things were not uploading in the shop yesterday, but they'll upload fast today here at home, and then I will drop the unboxing video this afternoon.
And yes, I love an unboxing. Good Lord.
Yeah, well, and it's that mystery one, so everybody's chomping at the bit to see. And I did get good. It was not. I'll tell you guys now. I did not get 17. I got good stuff. I did not get any feather yarn. I did not get any bad yarn like I did in the first one. There was a surprise though. I was shocked. You'll have to watch the video to find out what I was shocked about. But definitely got the value. The value was there in all my bags, but there were some things that I was surprised about. So that will, I'll have that drop this afternoon.
Yeah, the value is definitely was good. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely not like my last one. I almost never ever bought I swore I was never going to buy another one. And I do want to link my other videos to it so you can see how horrible my mystery bags were the last time I got them. They were terrible.
So I wanted to address, yours were awful. They were disgusting. I just wanted to address Traffic Circle. When I put it in on the website, it says it's $19 or $20, but it gave me like a discount. After
I got the discount too. Mine came at 17 and so did yours. I think once you buy from them, you're like a return client, then you get a discount, I think.
Oh, yeah, because I purchased 6 for $103. That included shipping. 6 mysteries, and some of them I had 6 yarns in, some of them I had 4 yarns in, some of them I have 5 yarns in, and but the actual value, if you didn't see my video, I went a little nutso because I was so happy. It was so amazing. Mine was definitely worth the value. I guess it just depends, because I saw Robin's the first time that probably was value worthy, except it wasn't really great yarn. That makes sense.
Weird yarn. And I had put on there that weird yarn that the value was $15 a skein. And then Cheryl said, no, the prices I found were Australian dollars, that it was really only like $5 a skein.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
So just from my experiences, it's always been worth it. Because I made a mistake the first time and I purchased knit. And I was like, oh my God, I don't know how to knit. I'm going to get all these knit patterns. But it turned out that knit was the way to go for me.
Yep.
And I like thinner yarns.
I didn't really spend a lot of time looking at the patterns, but just at a glance, there was nothing in there that really caught my eye.
Okay, because I saved all those patterns for you.
And I'm hoping that your patterns are different.
Oh, okay.
That's interesting. That's actually an interesting thing. I'm wondering if the patterns that you got were different from the patterns that I got. So Traffic says, I used to buy leftover yarns from some online store, maybe Hirschner, something like that, with mismatched yarn. And I would get eyelash yarn and junk like that in there.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't read the fine print good enough that the yarn, the yarn never matches the picture. They show you this wonderful stuff and then you get a bunch of junk.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm not pleased with that yarn that I got my mystery hand dye. It's beautiful. I'm just irked that they said this is a once in a lifetime, very few people, sold out, and then you get it in your mystery bag.
And you really, I mean, you got kind of a savings on it, but somebody could. It was a color in their Tango Poets, and maybe it was just a little off than what
It's a little
like.
different.
Yeah,
$17. So what do they charge for their hand dyed yarns?
24 or 5.
So $17 for a skein of hand dyed yarns is not a bad price.
It isn't, but I thought it was going to be a little bit more.
However, this hand dyed yarn runs for, it was $17 or $18. So you can buy lovely hand dyed yarns in the $17, $18 range.
You can.
So I won't do that again because I would prefer to choose my own colors if I'm buying hand dyed yarns.
Yeah.
And this is 100% virgin wool, virgin merino wool. So
is it?
This.
Oh, it's teeny tiny. I can't read that handwriting. Oh, that one.
This one.
Ooh.
This one is, I think this is a sock yarn. So it's got, yeah, this has nylon in it. So this is a sock yarn. So this is superwash merino and nylon. This is not superwash.
I understand. Traffic Circle.
Traffic Circle says, I like the store AC Moore. We don't have that. They would have what they call spool yarn, which was the yarn closest to the spinning spool, and you could see what you were getting. Oh, I don't know what that means. AC Moore would say the yarn colors don't always match. Yeah, that's true. Hello. Oh, Shatika's on your site now as well.
Mm-hmm. I appreciate that. Thank you.
I should have looked when I was at the store the other day. There's so many local yarn dyers. Yeah, I think AC Moore did go out of business, but we never had that. Did you guys have AC Moore in your part of the world, Amber?
No.
So what part of the world are you in, Traffic?
I am a Midwest girl.
Mm-hmm. But now you lived in the South. Did they have it down there?
In the South? No, I never saw it.
Yeah, I don't know where they had it at. I've never seen it.
It's not like I've been all over the South. But the states that I've been to, right? And now I'm speaking all Southern again. Stop talking to me.
East Coast. Oh, okay. No, I've never seen it. You guys had the Piggly Wiggly though, right, Amber?
We do have a Piggly Wiggly in Florida.
Yeah, we don't have those either. I've never seen those.
Oh yeah, many times I've gone to the pig,
but not in our part of the country. Yeah. Sioux Falls had an AC. Sioux Falls, South Dakota had an AC Moore.
Let me tell you something that the South has that we need, and now I'm just going to say this: everybody needs a Publix. Okay.
Yeah, we don't have that.
Because it's in the South and everybody needs one. A Publix. I swear to you, it's the best store on the planet. Every cashier is open when you need it. It's expensive. It's more expensive. My best friend worked at Publix. She was a cake decorator for a long time. My other friend worked at Publix. She was the manager of the bakery. I'm just like, oh. But it's okay. I'm fine. We have a good store here too, but it's not Publix.
Mm-hmm. You do get used to the store you get used to. Isn't that funny?
Yes. But to be fair, I can easily go to, and you see Miss Publix too. I can go to Walmart and be perfectly fine. I just don't like the lines at Walmart. I don't like the self-checkout at Walmart.
No, I won't go to the self-checkout. Free Handy says she likes Publix so much, especially the BOGOs.
Yeah. Oh, all the time.
Bye, Miss Gwen. I think she's already left. I didn't say goodbye. Oh,
all the
freehand.
time.
Her name is Nisi. Okay.
Yeah.
I might remember that. I'm not good at that.
She has porch chats with Nisi on her channel. So if I don't follow you, you just give me a minute. I always go through the comments and see who has a channel, and I look you up.
Mm-hmm. Dollar Tree, Dollar Store. Yeah, they're combining some stores together. They do that. I mean, that's a thing. People get all up in arms. Oh, this store is closing. Well, stores do that all the time. This store will close.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they consign stores. They collaborate stores.
Listen,
They, you know,
don't mess with my Dollar General, though, okay?
A store's not doing well, and they're gonna, you know, that's just the way it is.
I'm still telling you, don't mess with my Dollar General. I lived in Florida.
I hate Dollar General.
No, don't you talk to my Dollar General.
Stand up.
Nothing's a dollar there. I'm just saying, nothing's a dollar.
No, they're not a dollar store. People get that confused.
Nothing's a dollar. But I used to go there because I lived in Florida, and we had a Dollar General right next to us, and then they built another Dollar General right next to us. And I think there was like, in the span of 3 years, I think we got 10 Dollar Generals. Mm-hmm. I don't know if Publix is like Fred Meyer. But sometimes
we still have Big Lots here. They did not go out of business.
What didn't go out of business?
Big Lots. She's thinking Big Lots went out of business, but they have not.
I miss Big Lots so much.
We have two of them here.
Love me some Big Lots.
Big Lots is kind of like, yeah, I don't know if it's wholesale, but it's like products that, you know, other stores will send it to Big Lots, or they probably buy, they may have seconds, but they definitely get things from other stores, and you never know when you go in there what they're going to have.
Okay, listen, my Big Lots, well, which we don't have here anymore, but that was like my furniture store. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in fact, my bedding set that I have came from Big Lots. I bought it for my mom.
Yeah.
And it was too heavy. The weight of it was too much for her. So I ended up with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I bought a lot of stuff from there. I mean, it had food and it has all that kind of stuff too, but it had a lot of furniture that I really liked.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to Big Lots. We need a new couch. Oh, will they have yarn? I didn't know they had yarn.
Yeah, you never know what they're going to have. But it's hit and miss. There's another, Ollie's. That's another store that everybody talks about their yarn all the time. We don't have Ollie's. There's one by my daughter's house in Texas, but it's like, I don't know. It's kind of we pass it going to Costco. So it's about a 30-minute drive to get there. So I went there one time.
30 minutes to get
there was nothing good. Not Ollie's with an Olli. And I was not pleased with what they had. So it was like the worst of the worst leftover cast off yarn.
That's how it was with my Ollie's in Florida. I had 2 Ollie's in Florida, and I would go there, and it was like huge bins, like huge boxes of yarn. But it wasn't the yarn that I like. I did buy some that Bret Hart with Love, and this one had metallic streamer going through it.
Oh,
it was, you could feel it.
Yeah.
And I can't use it if I can feel it.
No.
It was metallic, not like lyocell or anything. It wasn't the good stuff.
Yeah, it's really.
My phone keeps falling.
It's really weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they had like remnant yarn is the word. Oh, remnant yarn that had not dyed properly. Yeah. Hello, Missy.
Yeah.
Remnant yarn is the word she was thinking of earlier. Stuff that hadn't dyed right, things like that.
Yeah.
Which is fine if you're making baskets or rugs or stuff like that, remnants. Like what you were saying before, where you held 3 or 4 strands together. That's perfect because those colors, they mix. It's, you're making a marled yarn. And it's fine for something like that. That sparkle stuff. Cheryl says that sparkle stuff will cut your fingers right off.
It will. She's not lying. I'm telling you. That's truth right there.
That's funny.
But if it's a yarn that I can't use in the smaller ones, I make something that protects my fingers.
Yep. You make those little things.
I do. I call them little finger bonnets. I love them so much. And the first time I ever saw one on here, they called them tension.
Oh, a tension guide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I modified it. Yeah. So that it wouldn't touch my finger.
She likes remnants for yarn and embellishing on squares.
Yeah, that would be, yes. How come I can't see comments anymore? My computer's not loading.
Oh, she doesn't like the eyelash yarn. It always makes you sneeze. I can't wash it. I can't freaking see the stitches. I made when eyelash yarn first came out some years ago. My cellmate next to me at work wanted a scarf made out of it, and I picked I can still remember the yarn. It was purple and kind of a reddish, not really red, but a purpley reddy burgundy mixed yarn. It was beautiful color, and I made a scarf out of that stuff. I swore I'd never work with it again. Never ever again.
Don't do it.
I gave it to her and I said, you are the only person on the face of the earth is getting anything made out of this from me.
Yeah.
So, and I've got some yarn in the other room that came in a mystery bag it was one of the Santa sacks.
Oh, okay.
From who does the Santa sacks?
Lion
Brand. And I have 3 skeins of it because it always comes in a 3-pack when you get those.
Oh, yeah.
And it's really pretty yarn. And I keep thinking it would make a cool pair of mittens because it's got the yarn and it's a nice soft yarn. And then the center of it is that eyelash. And I think it would make a cool cuff on there. And
definitely would make it go.
Not bring myself to use it.
Wow.
Okay, she said she found a cool technique. If you want to make a scarf or hat, she'll use a pleat. Yeah, something with it. You got to wrap that around it so you've got something that you can see. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll have Miss Morgan. Are you in your room, Morgan? She's like, yeah, I'm right here. Why are you talking to me? Would you bring, sorry, you're in your bathroom. Would you bring me that one skein of yarn that has the sort of eyelash yarn in the center of it that's in the drawer in your room? I think it's white. One of the drawers of your room that has yarn.
Eyelash in the center? That wasn't the Go for First stuff, was it? That had eyelash in the center? What was that one?
I'll show you here in a minute when she finds it.
Okay, half of it was Go for Fur and the other half was like regular yarn, maybe. I don't know.
And that might be it.
You might have to go find it.
No, she'll find it because there's only like 3 drawers now that have yarn in it. Yep, that's it. Huh?
I need my glasses.
Really? I'm so surprised. There's yarn in a drawer in your room.
No, more yarn.
More yarn. Yeah, I know. Okay, so this is it. Oh gosh, that is pretty. I think that is, you're right. It's the Go for Faux yarn. And it's so I'm gonna make myself big.
Okay.
So it's got regular yarn on the outside and then that Go for Faux in the center.
Yeah.
But I just had such a bad. Yeah.
Steve's picking on.
There's no freaking way. You are ornery today, Steve. Did you take an ornery pill? You're just plain mean to me. See? And it is beautiful. It's called Chow Chow. Cream.
Oh, is it?
Chow. And even the yarn on the outside looks a little bit like the care on Simply Soft that I don't like because it's got
yeah.
that satin texture that I don't like working with.
And that
But
changed
see-
for me over years because I used to love Simply Soft, and then one day it was like, ew, I can't stand it going through my fingers.
The fur is sort of variegated in the center, and
Okay.
the outside is solid. So look at the pattern that they have. It's a beautiful,
They have a
and I keep thinking,
hat, right?
yeah, it's a
Yeah.
hat. Oh, I
And
keep
it's
thinking I
down
want to
up,
try
I
it.
think.
It's a 50 acrylic, 50 poly. It's a 7-weight yarn.
Ooh.
I had to break down and just make the thing.
Oh my God. Well, 3 of them apparently. How many balls do you need for that?
I don't know because I haven't even opened the package. Free crochet hat pattern inside.
Yeah.
I should look it up.
I think it would be cool if you wanted to like put it in a, sell it or something.
Yeah.
I have made them. My mother really likes the fur line stuff. So
Yeah. Lion brand. Go for FAUX Duo. That's what it's called.
I gotcha.
Hat pattern. PATTERN. And it didn't look it up. Lion
They might have it
brand.
anymore.
Go for Faux Duo. It's spelled faux, FHU.
It's spelled what?
When I said it, it's spelled faux wrong.
Oh, okay. Well, if you can't find it, that's why.
Mm-hmm. Dang it.
Google the no. Yeah, it's very good. I really like this yarn, y'all. I thought this was going out because it was in a lot of, because I used to buy the Lion brand mystery boxes and they would give me comfy cotton all the time.
I've got so much comfy cotton because of that.
Yeah. I got a bunch because I thought, oh my God, they're going to get rid of it. What am I going to do? And I really like that yarn.
Well, and I used that when I made Mr. Socks. It won't look anything up. Is my internet not right here? No, my internet's right.
Oh.
Well, my internet is right, but it won't look anything up past what I looked up the last time I looked something up.
I'm going to have to go get my charger.
Always. Go for faux yarn. Okay, here we go. Lion brand, go for faux. Now let's go for faux duo. Go for FAUX duo. DUO. They probably don't sell it anymore. There's a hat.
I don't see how that could have been a popular thing. You can only make a few things out of that.
The hat, the mittens.
I like yarns that are versatile.
Yeah, it's discontinued.
Hmm.
And it takes 1 ball. So I could definitely do a hat and probably a pair of mittens. You're right, Steve. Knit would be easier. And it's got a knit pattern.
Oh.
Let's see what it says about the knit. It's got 3 stars on the crochet pattern and 5 stars on the knit pattern. And the knit's prettier.
I would assume that it would be, yeah.
One ball. One piece in the round. I'm half tempted to try this because it's such a pretty hat.
So for knitting, because you're using 2 needles, you're not actually looking for a stitch, right?
Right.
There are all the stitches are they're on your
they're
needle
right
already.
there. That's why it would be easier, right, Steve? Because the stitches are right there on your needle. It's harder to, but if you drop a stitch, it's harder to fix it.
Oh, you're screwed. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So let's see what it says about the mittens.
The reason I'm asking about that is because I think Tunisian is similar.
Yes.
You still have to find a stitch, but passing it back through would be easier.
Yeah, because with Tunisian, you go in and you pick it up, and they're all right there on the hook. And then when you're taking it off, you're doing it with your yarn. You take it off.
So you see it already. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know because I have a Tunisian hook somewhere.
And because this is white yarn, it's going to be easier to work with.
True.
So how many do I need for the mittens? Darn you, Steve, you might be talking me into this. Download free pattern. Because I have been looking at this for 2-3 years. One ball.
That long.
Oh, and there's a correction to the thumb. I'm nervous about the thumb with this, but my knitting teacher will walk me through it. It's meant more for knitting than crochet. Have you used this, Steve? You've used this. He's done everything. Worked in the round. That's the other thing. I do everything in the round, not on straight needles. But with the thumb, you'd have to. Oh, you cut the furry yarn away from the regular yarn, and then you add it back in later.
That's funny, Cheryl.
Cheryl says, "Oh my God!" Cheryl says, "I'm going to lose my crochet license."
That's really funny.
I'm going to lose my crochet card. She's right. So in my video yesterday, when I was filming my Finish It Friday, and I think this is what happened. When I was filming my Finish It Friday, I was saying, first of all, you guys know me. I am a multi-project person. I'm always working on more than one project at a time. My brain cannot handle working on one project at a time. It's just that's just the way I roll. Well, since I've been doing the squares for the block exchange, I've just been focusing on those, partially because I've got a deadline sneaking up on me, partially because I really like the squares that I'm making, and partially because my little brain is kind of fried with all of the stuff that's going on in my world. And it's kind of like I've got it memorized. I don't have to look at anything, and I can just go. And it's very portable. So that's the only thing I've been working on. I've been doing those and these for the knit thing. So when I did my Finish It Friday, I finished my squares. They're done. I have to block them and sew in my ends, but it's done. And I was saying,
morning medication.
I haven't worked on anything else in so long. I don't even remember what my other projects were. I'm literally going to have to dig through this pile or go back and look at my older Finish It Friday projects and see what I was working on.
Now, dig through the pile and video that, because that would be interesting. I want to see. Yeah, I want to see.
You guys want to see my pile? I'll show you my pile. All I got to do is turn my camera. Okay. And you can see my pile. But you have to promise not to show anybody else. You have to promise not to tell anybody. And Steve, I don't want to hear one word from you. I don't know if I can even do it. It's so embarrassing. It's really bad.
Is it that many?
Well, it's not that it's that many. It's just really ugly because it's just like stacks of stuff. All right, let me move. I got a birthday present.
And that would be a great video that I want to see. I don't know about anybody else, but I want to see that.
What? My stacks?
Well, not just your stack, but you going through it. So we could see all the different ideas that you had, because people have multi-projects. They have lots of inspiration going around in their head. And the only way that they can get it out of their head is actually do something about it. That's why I have so many projects.
Mine
Because
is mostly it's most of these are projects that are started already and you've seen them. It's just everything is in its own, this, here's my calendar, and then here's this project bag with the project in it, and here's this project bag with the project in it, and here is this lovely skein of yarn that Steve sent me, which is a project.
Mm-hmm.
How beautiful is that?
To die for.
No, and I'm going to work that up. And he sent me, look at this, because he's an artist as well.
I remember poppies. Yeah.
This, and we're going to frame it and put it in Morgan's room because this is her favorite flower. He did.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah, I don't know if I trust you, Steve. He's promising. Well, and then, I bring in this box of mystery yarn, and where does it go? Right here in this pile. Because this is my life. This is my yarn world right here. And then I have, the stuff that I have to mail out to someone. And then I have my instructions for the next thing I'm working on. And then this was a birthday present I got yesterday from one of my grandchildren.
Aww.
A jacket.
Nice.
Isn't it pretty? Does that not look so warm and cozy?
Hello, Miss Linda.
Hi, Miss Linda. How are you feeling today? And I don't know what the heck this is. A bag of stuffing.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Is that when you were doing the Crochet Society box,
no,
maybe?
It's not stuffing. It's netting.
Oh.
So this came out from the this was craft fair stuff that I didn't take with me last time. So that's it. Oh, look, a hat. And this is stuff that I bought the other day when I bought a new calendar for my new projects. So there's calendar pages.
Mm-hmm.
And some new, I bought some new, oh my gosh, this is so pretty. This is going to be a beautiful pair of earrings. Butterflies. And what is this? Oh, documents for my life insurance policy. Because I don't have a desk, so this is where I do all my paperwork.
Oh.
Some stuffing. So yeah, I mean, that's what it is. It's just like bag after bag after bag.
You still have a shirt in there, right? Are you still doing a cardigan?
This is what's left of the third mandala cake. See, I had to break into a third one to make. And this was called Warlock. And I used a tiny
I like that Warlock one. Which both lives? Oh, you're talking about her first one and then this one right now, Linda. Okay.
This was the third one. I had to break in, and I didn't have the same color, but boy, it sure matched nicely.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to ask, how many squares do you have left?
None. I finished it. That's
why you did.
That's why I said I finished it. So now I have to figure out where I was on my other projects.
Gotcha.
This conversation.
So how many did you use on that one? Just the one? One square for that one?
About 3/4 of one square came out of this.
Oh, okay.
And then this is my yarn winder is in here because I needed a really nice soft bag for it.
That's a Mary Moxon bag. I know that bag.
Yep, it is. And what's in here? I don't even know. See, now I can't even reach the next bag. And then I have two. They're meant to be file folder, portable file folder. You would put file folders in them, and then you could stitch them under your desk. Well, I have, they're on wheels. So I've got mine full of, one is full of yarn and one is full of notions.
Okay.
And then I've got another bag, and that has the Christmas stocking that I'm working on.
Yes, I love that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the same one you've been working on?
Yeah. And
I love
I know that's in there, and I know I can only work on that for about an hour a day because then my hands get sore. And then there's something underneath of that bag, and I can't see it, and I can't reach it. So, but this is the bag that I usually stick whatever I'm working on to take with me. And there's nothing in it because I'm done.
What you can put in it then?
I don't know. That's what I said. I have to figure out what my next project is going to be.
Are you going to make the wrap, the crocheted one, while you're doing it? Or are you gonna have it done before you start the
I will make it while, because I don't have time to finish it.
Okay.
And I want to work on it at the same time as everybody else. And
that's awesome.
I'm pretty sure hello, Miss Susan. I'm pretty sure. Okay, see, now I'm in a kerfuffle because I looked at that beautiful yarn that I just showed you, and I thought maybe I was going to use that, but I love that orange yarn, and I want to use it with a cascade yarn.
Yeah.
And you know which cascade yarn I'm talking about.
I do.
And it would just look so gorgeous with that.
Just an FYI to everybody who's listening, this is us talking to each other while you guys are watching, but we talk to each other all the time for hours offline.
Well, we have 4,500 conversations like this as well. And we will also be texting each other as well.
Yes. Sending pictures. All that wonderful stuff.
And ask me why I had to buy a new calendar.
Yeah, why?
Because I don't know where my calendar is.
That's a good answer.
I have a bag. I had a bag just for calendars. It's not in there. The other 3 calendars are in there, not the one I want. Not the one that I actually use and has all my stuff in it.
My Easter hasn't started, by the way, guys.
Your kids are still in bed. Oh, I also have something else. Whole nother project over there that I haven't even started.
Susan and I am obsessed with these squares. It's just everybody has this pattern. It is some sort of arch square. I can't remember what it's called. But I'm getting ready to finish the square up, so let me tie it off real quick.
I also have that over there. I've got a bag over there that I started a mosaic. I remember that. Remember? Because I've got like 3 rows of it. The trees. Because remember, I was going to do the Christmas mosaic, and I'm like, no, I've got this mosaic, and I'll just do this mosaic, and it's right there in that bag.
I don't remember that one.
Hold on.
Is it the tree? What tree of life? Oh, this turned out really well in white, guys.
Oh,
I'm going to border it right now in a variegated reddish color with the comfy cotton.
Oh, and then there's that other one. And then I've got another blanket that I started.
I know you were going to do the shellac one.
The shellac, that's this one.
Oh, is it that one? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You said the tree one. I was like, the tree one.
That's the tree.
That's the one with cabins, or this the one with trees?
Yeah, it's got cabins and trees. And I'm about 3 rows into this. See, I think that's why I can't remember anything. Because all of the projects that I started, I literally have only like 2 or 3 rows in. I literally have to go back to finish it Friday before I started just working on the blocks and see
where you have
and see what the heck I have going on.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to get the squares blocked and the ends in this week. So it's ready to mail.
Okay.
How did you get it to do the repeat? How did I get what to do the repeat, hon? Susan? Why do I have so many calendars? Cheryl, that's a very good question.
That is a good question because I don't exactly know the answer to that either.
The Nordic Christmas stocking, the one that you helped me with, no, Cheryl. I am making headway on it, though. I am up the toe. I think I'm almost to the heel on it. But it doesn't have to be done till Christmas, so I'm not too worried about it. Can I see it? I can't.
I actually purchased a couple of the stockings, the Christmas stockings, but they're in a mosaic. I think yours is in a more fair aisle, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm doing a fair aisle on my stocking because I'm trying to, it's the waistcoat stitch, and it's really hard to do.
That's right, because it was the stitch. Yeah.
It was the stitch that hurts my hand.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Steve. Mm-hmm. So for those of you that don't know, Finish It Friday came from a knitter. And I saw one of her videos long ago when we were in Texas. And she did a thing called Finish It February, where she would gather up all her whips and she would spend February finishing all her whips. Well, I knew better than that. And I glommed on to the idea of Finish It Friday, where in theory, I would choose Friday to work on my whips. And I could do whatever else I wanted during the week, but on Friday, I would work on my whips. So thus it was Finish It Friday. That's where that came from.
Which, by the way, Robin, if you guys are huge fans of Robin, like I'm a huge fan of Robin, and she forgets to drop that Finish It Friday video, I'm all out of sorts. I'm just letting you know my weekend has shot, and it's your fault.
And I'll tell you what happened. I'll tell you why. And that might get better. I'll tell you guys a secret. Again, this is a secret just between you and me. Steve, I film Finish.
Okay.
I used to film Finish It Friday on Friday. Makes sense, right? Friday morning, I would get up and film Finish It Friday. I hardly ever film anything here anymore because it's a nightmare to film here.
I get it. And
so most of my filming, like almost everybody, yes, Roxanne Richardson, yes, Cheryl, that's it. She's the one. Hello, Knit and Crochet. So I do like many YouTubers, I do my filming in chunks. So I do almost all of my filming on Saturday while I'm at the shop when I have nobody bothering me because we don't have any customers at the shop. I had a customer Saturday. I sold something.
Really?
Yeah.
Yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay. What was it?
A towel and a set of sheets.
Okay.
It was bizarre.
I didn't even know you sold that stuff. Okay.
Well, it's something new. So I typically it's quiet time. The lighting is fabulous. The background is nice.
It is.
Other than the occasional train going by, I don't have, weird noises.
Is there a reason why 3? Yes, there is.
Beautiful. So it's a great place to do my filming. And so I do all my filming there. Usually. Because here I've got the kids are coming in and out, Mister's coming in and out, we got the TV, the lighting isn't great, and I've got this much space, and so I do all my filming on Saturday there. So Saturday morning yesterday, I filmed Finish It Friday, which is going to drop next Friday. So it's always a week behind what actually. So when I tell you guys, I finished all this stuff, next Friday, you're going to see the video that says, I finished all this stuff. So it's always really a week behind. So you guys know what I already did. So you guys know all the secrets.
True. Yes.
So, and I always show Amber the stuff that, so I have, yesterday I filmed Finish It Friday for next week. And that was the only way I could get into the routine. Because she was like, I don't like your Finish It Fridays coming out on Monday. So you can blame Amber for them coming out a week late. Otherwise, I was filming them on Saturday and dropping them on Monday. So they were closer to being time-wise, but they were coming out on Monday, and Amber didn't like it. So
that's all my fault. I apologize. Yes.
Yeah. So that's why Finish It Fridays, they're really a week behind. And I try to not talk about what's in them so that they're finished, so that they're up to date. But I blew it today and told you everything that's in it. Actually, I did. There's one thing.
We're still going to watch the video, though.
Huh?
I said, don't matter. We're still going to watch it.
I know. And there is still stuff in there that I didn't tell you all about. But so,
Name of glasses for this one.
Nana says, I had to note the word had all my whips done in February, but got started again. Yeah.
Yep.
So now you've got, Cheryl says, now you've got stuff to finish for next year's Finish It in February. So then, so yesterday I filmed Finish It Friday for next week. And then I filmed the opening of the Aberdeen stuff, which I think I'm going to try to drop this afternoon. Ooh. And I filmed, I have a Furls opening.
Oh, yeah.
And I filmed my Jimmy Bean's monthly box. So I got 4 things that I filmed. Now, last week, we didn't get a Finish It Friday because all weekend I was at the craft fair, and I did film a craft fair video, which is on my other phone, which I can't find.
Oh, no.
Because that's the phone I usually do all my filming on.
Okay.
It's better for filming. I packed it up when I packed my craft fair stuff. For some reason, it did not get put in my backpack, which is normally where I would put it. I put it somewhere safe. I cannot find it.
Has she eaten?
So that's where
take your temperature too.
That's where all the footage is from the craft fair, which is why we did not have a video on Friday.
You know, you can complain all you want, but I know you could have had a video on Friday.
Good Lord, we have 15 hours of lives during the week. Is that not enough for you, woman?
Well, kind of. I was part of some of them. One of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. You ever figure you get your favorites and you just want to see them all the time. And it's not your fault. It's just we just have favorites and we want to see them all the time.
Traffic. So she's asking about a podcast video during the craft fair. I tried. Did you not see me crying on the way?
Did you see her temperature? What is it?
8.2.
Okay.
And she's not hungry when she ate all the things.
Did she really? Oh, shit. Did she have one of those chocolate drinks? Like a shake? One of those protein shakes?
Oh, I did that before.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay. And did she take her codeine? Her pain medication?
I don't.
Oh, okay.
I don't think so.
Okay. That's my life, people.
Oh,
that's what.
Yeah, we know.
Okay. Oh, Linda.
So, no, Cheryl, the anthology squares are a week behind because I'm a week behind. No, they're up to date, Cheryl. I show the square that we worked on last week. And then this week is the one we're making this week. So they're actually not behind.
How many more do you have? Oh, my God.
We go until October.
Oh.
Forever.
Okay, hold on. I got 5%. You may lose me. You may not. Oh my God.
Yeah, I thought you were plugged in. So, yeah, we can describe. I'll tell you the craft fair. It was miserable. It was horrible. It was awful. That was the craft fair. I tried to do, and this is what I typically do with craft fairs now. I do a live as I'm driving to the craft fair, and we discuss all the things that are going on. And then we do a live as we're walking into the craft fair. And then we do a live. It's still going live. And I did a live Friday night as I was setting up. It was about half hour, 45 minutes. And then as I was driving to the craft fair on...
Is it me or is she choppy?
No, it must be you because it's fine it looks good. I think it was, I don't remember. It must have been, what day did you go to the hospital, Amber? Was it
Am I choppy or is she choppy?
No, you're fine. Yeah. I'm always behind on the Finish It Friday. Whatever day, Amber, that you guys were going to the emergency room. Was that Saturday? I think it was Saturday. Because it must have been Saturday. I was trying to go live on the way. She can't tell that she's okay. We might lose Amber. I was bringing Amber up, and she's like, I can't talk. I'm taking my mom to the emergency room. And so then I brought Dana up, and it was showing that I had 2 lives going at the same time, and I couldn't get it to stop. No matter what I did, it was showing 2 lives at the same time. Oh, it must have been Sunday because I couldn't bring Dana up because Dana isn't available on Sundays. And somebody was in the comments telling me that it was showing 2 lives at the same time. And I was so frustrated. I even shut the whole thing down, which should have stopped the lives, and it did not stop the lives. And so the whole time I was trying to, be talking and interacting with people, and everybody kept saying, it's showing you've got 2 lives and we don't know which one to go to. And all of this stuff was going on, and it was horrific. And I was so frustrating, and I was almost in tears because I'm not good with technology anyway. And I couldn't get the silly thing to work, and I couldn't get it to stop the second live. And the second live was like spinning and black, and people couldn't find me. And so it was just horrible. It was just horrible. And normally people really enjoy that. So it's like 15 minutes as I'm driving to the thing. And then we walk in and we see all the booths that people are setting up. And then we get there, and then they're playing music. And so then I couldn't do the live anyway. And so it was not good. It was not good. Bye-bye, hon. You're going to work already? Oh, yeah.
No, I'm going to Easter.
Oh, you're going to Easter. Okay. Happy Easter. It was just bad. It was just bad all the way around. And so we got there. And so now I'm frustrated, and I'm flustered, and the Saturday was horrible. It should have been super, super busy. And we got the basketball, March Madness is going on. We have 3 college teams in March Madness. One of them hasn't been to March Madness in like 18 years. So it's a big deal. Our other college, Gonzaga, the men's and the women's teams are in it. And all 3 teams are playing that afternoon. It's crickets. It's crickets at the craft fair. I have a picture. So this is Saturday afternoon at one of the biggest craft fairs in the region. Saturday afternoon that's free for shoppers to come to. It should be wall-to-wall people. Wall-to-wall people. This is 2:30 in the afternoon. Not a soul in the place. And the other weird thing about, now this is the first time we've ever gone to that show because you have to wait list, and we got in and it was really expensive to get in. And then we found out the reason it was expensive for us to get in was because we ended up with a double booth, which now we're spoiled. So it was really a strange configuration. It was 7 feet deep and 23 feet wide, which is amazing because we had everything spread out. And we had so much space. It was wonderful. It was wonderful. And we made our money back, but our booth fee. But we were expecting to go in this and just have a really great show. And it was just dead. So now I always, I basically quit doing crochet because you go to the craft fairs and there's 20 people doing crochet and everybody's got the same thing, and nobody's pricing things really well. And I was just tired of fighting it. So we get to this and there's hardly any crochet. I mean, hardly any. Now, there's one lady who has probably the best crochet booth I have ever seen. And I went over and I told her that, I said, this is the cutest crochet booth I've ever seen. The way she had her things set up was so imaginative. She had the leggy frogs and they were all in a little bathtub with a shower. Just darling, just darling. She had little piggies and they were in like a trough. She had the chickens, of course, in a chicken coop. Everything. The pickles are in a pickle jar. Everything was just darling. Just darling. And then there's the lady that I saw at my first craft fair. And she's got the table with 100 hats laid out, and every hat is $8, and the headbands are $5. And this lady's sitting in her house making hat after hat after hat out of the cheapest possible yarn and throwing them out on a table. I'm not going to compete with that. I refuse. So that's why I quit doing crochet stuff to start with. And there was hardly any crochet. There was those two ladies and maybe other booths that had stuff plus a little bit of crochet. So hardly any crochet, which really surprised me. There must have been 30 earring booths, the majority of which were like mine, what I call novelty. Usually there's a lot of jewelry booths, but they're usually beaded and what I call higher end, not the novelty, less expensive ones. And the second you walked in the front door, there were 3 earring booths in a row, and they're selling their earrings for $2 or 3 for $10. One lady was selling, she's not making any money, but she's selling a lot of hats. Because I've seen her at other places. Because I had these little girls came in and they had baggies full of these earrings. And I'm like, oh, you've been shopping already? And she goes, yeah. And some of them were the same. So I know how much they cost. And some of them were not. And I says, how much were these earrings? And they were selling them, they were buying them. If you bought, how much was it now? If you bought 5 pair, you got the 6th pair free. And so I figured it out. They're selling them for $5 a pair. And I had seen this setup when I was upstairs, so I took a picture of it. And a lot of the earrings were multiples. So they're buying big boxes of the stuff, of the charms. And where I don't do that, because I don't want 50 pairs of the same thing. I want 1 pair of this and 1 pair of this and 1 pair of this. Sometimes I have to get exactly. Sometimes I have to get 5 charms. So I get 2 pairs of earrings and a stitch marker. But I don't want a whole bunch of the same thing. For that very reason, I want everybody to have something different. So I pay more because I won't buy a bag with 100 or 500 charms. But I can't sell something for $1 or $2. I can't buy same thing. My ear wires are stainless or sterling. Theirs are that cheap stuff that hurts everybody's ears. You know? So it was very disheartening. And I know they're going to be out there again in the fall. I know they are. So I don't want to spend $200 for a booth space and be up against those same people. So it was a rough weekend for me. It was a really, really rough weekend for me. Yeah. We made our money back, but honestly, it was a rough weekend. The whole week, and I was hurting. I was in so much pain this weekend, that last weekend. I was in so much pain. I literally woke up in the middle of the night crying. I was in so much pain. And I don't know. I don't know. Now, she did really well because there was one other person that sold cookies. Oh yeah, you write it off, but that doesn't make up for not making the sale. I mean, I literally expected to make $700 or $800 out of the weekend, and I made $3. So yeah, it was really disappointing. I feel like I need to give it the fall because that's supposed to be the super busy one. But if they're going to have all the same earring people, I don't know how it's going to be any better. Because my prices are very good. I don't know. I don't know. It was quite a disappointing weekend. When I had gone into it thinking this is going to be a really good show. Honestly, our other show that was one day that cost me $25, I made as much money. So it's hard. It's a hard sell. I have made a decision because I was hemming and hawing. We've got several summer things going on where it would be outside one day. And my partner doesn't want to do any outside shows because she's got cookies and chocolate. It's really hard to deal with outside shows. And I was hemming and hawing trying to decide. And I have decided because of these other things that Cheryl and I are kind of working on. I have decided not to do any summer events. We're going to stick to the fall and winter shows. And my partner, she does way more than I do because she can get into shows that I can't get into. They will take cookies and canned chocolates in every show. The earrings and crochet, they don't want. They've got them coming out their ears. So she could do it. She could do a show every show. And I can't get into all of them, which is fine. But with this other stuff that we've got going on, I got enough to keep me busy. Like I said, I've got 6 calendars I'm trying to keep. The reason I have so many calendars, I'm in a ladies' business group, and they gave us a really nice calendar. They gave us this calendar. It's really pretty. It's leather. It's kind of specific for their events, and it's got all this stuff, and it's got all these learning things, but it isn't set up the way I like to do my calendars. It's too small. The squares are too small for all the stuff I have to write in it. And there's not enough space in it for me. And then I have this calendar, which was from last year, but it had a lot of space in it. And so I was using it because it had more space for me to write. And then I had this calendar, which I used at the shop last year. And it didn't have enough space in it for me to write, but it had my hours that I kept track of at the shop for last year. And so I just kind of have it because it had my hours from last year. So I kept it. And then I have, this was my crochet calendar. This is where I keep track of all my crochet stuff, all of my projects. And, you know, when I talk about all the projects and things that I've got lists of, that's where all that stuff is. So it's not really a calendar as much as a notebook. And then this calendar I bought a couple years ago when I really started trying to be more organized in my YouTube stuff. And you can keep track of what you're going to plan for your YouTube videos. And there's a way to, you know, there's a weekly planner and a monthly planner and a checklist on your videos and all this cool stuff. Well, you know, I'm not keeping track of all that. At first I did. I just get on here and talk. And then there's my real calendar that I actually keep track of everything that I have misplaced yet again. Because I took it, I carry it with me. It's too big for my purse. And so I take it and then I set it down somewhere. I don't know what I've done with it. So then I bought another one, which has more space to write in. I like a week at a glance with a full month because I have lots of things to write in on the daily ones. Well, I've got so much going on now that even the week at a glance ones aren't even enough. And so I tried to find a day at a glance one. Well, those are too much. So I found one. It's actually meant to be to keep track of. It's a menu one to keep track of daily menus. Well, because it's got spaces for all of the menu stuff, it's got more room in there for writing. And I like it. And it's got enough space for me. It's over there on my table. And now I'm carrying a backpack instead of a purse, so it fits in my backpack. So that's why I have so many calendars. Most of them are not actually active, because I'm keeping track of about 1,500 things. And what happens with my other calendars, I'll be sitting here and I'll write something on a sticky note and then I'll lose it. Or I'll get a phone call while I'm in the car and I'll have to jot down 2 or 3 things and then I'll lose it. Just like I sat here and I wrote down the things for that shawl, the pattern for that shawl, and it's on a sticky note. Oh, there it is. I just found it. Because of course I needed a bookmark for this book, so I used the pattern for the shawl that I created, because that makes perfect sense. There, now I have the pattern for my shawl. Hello, Steve. Oh, we've got two. We've got a Steven and a Steve. Hello, Catherine. I don't know if I said hello when you came in. Now I need another bookmark. No, I don't. I don't need a bookmark for this. I was just glancing through that. So that's what happened at the craft fair. And then people came on Sunday, and normally on Sundays, I have a calendar on my cell phone. I don't use Google or any of those. I use, it's called Time Tree. And the reason I use Time Tree is because I can share it with someone else. And I've got all my little colors, and I know what the colors mean. But nothing automatically downloads to it. And that's fine for an appointment or, something like that. But not all the 4 million little notes that I need. It's fine for appointments or, a recurring something. But I'll have a whole page of notes or all my to-do stuff. And I tried downloading, I tried one of those, what do they call those journals? With the blocks of time, and, you put down everything that needs to be done, and it puts it in order. That was too much work. I'm a list maker, and I do good with lists, and where I can. And then, because if something pops in my head, like right now, if something popped in my head that said, pick up prescription, if I don't write it down that second, it's gone and I won't remember it. But I just need the tiniest little reminder. Google Keep and Google Docs. Yeah, I don't like Google Documents. I struggle with it. I can't make it work. Because it runs out of space. For one thing, every 5 seconds, I'm getting a notice that I'm out of space and I have to delete stuff. All the time. You're out of space, you're out of space, you're out of space, delete. And I'm always in there trying to delete things because I'm out of space. I don't want to fight that. That's annoying. Because it's always trying to sell me more space. Sell me, make me pay to have more space. And I actually think, I can keep notes in this thing. Right there, it says I can keep notes. I've never even looked at it. Yep, there's a to-do list right there. See? And I have a note in there that says I need to pack for my trip. Wonder how old that is. May of 22. So apparently I do know how to do this. So that's a good idea, though. See, call the pharmacy, Linda. How's your throat? Linda has strep throat. That's why we had YouTube does not charge us for videos because of the ads. The ads pays for YouTube. So I'm going to give you the speech. And I know you guys, everybody knows this, but I'm going to give it to you anyway. If you are watching a video and you know that video person, me, has at least 1,000 subscribers, you need to let that ad run for at least 30 seconds. Then shut it off. The person making the video, me, gets paid based on those ads if it runs for 30 seconds. If you cut it off before 30 seconds, we don't get anything. Now, trust me, we ain't getting much. It's pennies. Pennies. If they don't have 1,000 subscribers, they don't get anything for the ads. So then you can click right through them. We have no control over what ads are put in there. So don't complain to me because you're getting car ads. Don't complain to me because you're getting ads about deodorant or men's deodorant, whatever. I don't even know what ads you see. I get stupid ads too. I have no control over how long I have put up a 5-minute video that has an ad in there that was 2 hours long. Give me a break. I have no control over where they put the ads. I have no control over how long the ads are. I have no control over what the ads are. And I can guarantee they're putting ads in there that I do not like. Guaranteed. If you are I can't remember what they call it. You can pay. It's like a membership. I can't remember what they call it. And I pay because I go in and out and in and out, in and out of the things all the time. And every time I would go out and come back in, another ad would start. I can't do that because of my lives and all of the different things that I do. And every time I would go out and come back in, another ad would start. So I pay. And so if you're a paid person, premium, if you're a premium member, the persons who you're watching, they get credit as if you had watched the ad. So, and that was important to me to make sure that they were still getting credit for it. But if you're watching somebody like me that has over 1,000 subscribers, it's important that you watch those ads. Let it run for 30 seconds. It's only got to be 30 seconds. And if it's only a 15-second ad, let the whole 15-second run. They get full credit for it. So if you can click through the ads, give them the 30 seconds. That's how we get paid. And that's what keeps YouTube free, is letting that 30-second run. Because we don't want to have to start paying for YouTube, you guys. 30 seconds. You only got to let it run so let one run for 30 seconds and then click it off. Yeah. And it's going to get worse because that's what pays for it. There's 2 of them. So you got to watch it for a minute to get it free. Otherwise, pay for premium and don't watch any ads. Premium it's either $11 or $14 a month, and that's worth it to me. I have my lives, I have it set not to run ads. Now, once it's done, once my live is over, I switch it to run ads. So anybody who watches the replay, they get the ads. But I don't want ads interrupting a live. I did it by mistake one time during bingo. I had no idea ads were coming in there. I'm like, we cannot have this. I actually went to the help desk and I'm like, why are ads coming up? And she showed me what I had done. I didn't realize I had done it. But I have it set because you can set it to not do commercials. But sure, they get paid for those. Trust me, I ain't getting paid for product placement. That's not happening. I used to have people contacting me to do giveaways, but Google blocks their emails, so I don't get the emails from them anymore. So it's no big deal. I don't care. But yeah, I used to get probably once a month, I'd get somebody contacting me to give me something, and I'd give it to you guys. I just turn around and give it to you guys as gifts, as giveaways. But yeah, Google blocks them. And on this phone, on my iPhone, I don't have a junk folder, and those all go into the junk folder. And I don't have a junk folder for Google on this. Mm-hmm. I can't vlog. I tried it when I first started. When I first started, I was going to do a vlog. It took me 3 days to figure out how to load one picture. That's not going to work. And they're full of ads. They've got so many pop-ups. I can't even read the articles sometimes. Oh, I see what you're saying. The lives. Yeah. Hello, Miss Gloria. So I like them, and I could have ads in here. It's just a click of a button. I just choose not to, especially for when I was doing bingo. Oh, that was ugly. It's, if this is their livelihood, if they're trying to make money, then I get it 100%. They need that ad revenue. It takes so many views to make any money. We get paid quarterly. And actually, that's not true. We get paid when you earn $100, you get paid. And I've yet to get, I never have made $100 in less than 3 months. Usually it takes me 6 months to get $100. That's how little I get. And my ad money is called AdSense. My ad money usually is just from watching ads, usually comes in at about 35 cents or something like that. Very little. Very little. But it still is important. What is important is that people watch the ads so that YouTube stays free. Because if we have to start paying, if you guys have to start paying to watch YouTube, there's a whole lot of people that are not going to be able to afford it. And that means it's going to become really ugly. And if content creators have to pay to start creating, you think it's bad now what is put on there. If only people that can pay to put on there, it's going to be really bad. Why are advertisers using corporate media instead of YouTubers? There are a lot of people in corporate media. I don't know what you're saying. We have no control over what is put on there. We have zero. They don't ask us. We can't request. We can't even say, do not put this in my videos. We have, it's not even an option. All we can say is, yes, do ads. No, don't do ads. We do have an option to not put it in the middle of a video. That's it. That's it. People will, what am I trying to say? Somebody can, I can't even think of the word I want. Reach out. So, like Pepsi could reach out to me and say, hey, do you want to be a spokesperson for me? I will never be big enough for anybody to do that. But if that's what you're talking about, corporate media, Ford could reach out to me. That's never going to happen. So the big influencers, they have people reach out to them. But us little guys, that's not going to happen. There's yarn people. There's yarn people who are sponsored by a certain yarn company, and that's the only kind of yarn that they can show. And you'll see that. That is the only, on their yarn wall, that's the only yarn whose labels are facing forward. That's the only kind of yarn they will show in a video. No, I'm not talking about Mikey. I'm talking about Mikey works for that company. That's his job. He makes lots and lots of videos, but he works for, is it Yarn Inspirations? That's his job. That's never been a secret. That's his job. But there's other people who are sponsored by yarn companies, and their sponsorship requires them to only show that yarn. And so that's all you're going to see. They've got other yarn on their yarn wall, but you're only going to see the labels for that yarn company as part of their sponsorship deal. Maybe he doesn't work for them anymore. He used to. He used to work for Yarn Inspirations. Are you sure he doesn't work for them? Because every time he does, I could be wrong. I don't know. I really don't watch him that much. I used to watch him a lot. I love him, and I love his style of teaching. I don't have the time to watch a lot of yarn videos as much as I would like to because of my work schedule. I thought he worked for them. I really did. Because it seems like maybe they just provide him with a lot of yarn. I don't know. I swore he did, because he's always doing crochet longs and thing. Yeah, because it seems like all he does it. I don't know. I don't know. But I don't care because I love him. You know, he always talks about their patterns. Okay. There is a video dated, Yarn Inspirations and Joanne's. There's a video dated June 4th of 2023, and it says, "Welcome, Mikey, to Yarn Inspirations." So, I don't know. I don't know. She used Bag a Day does not work for anybody. She gets yarn thrown at her by everyone. And she will tell you point blank, doesn't matter who it came from. If she likes it, she will tell you. If she doesn't like it, she will tell you. So will Mikey. If he'll tell you if he doesn't like something. But Bag a Day does not work for anybody. She doesn't need to. She has figured it out. And everybody throws yarn at Bag a Day. Everybody throws everything at Bag a Day. She's making bank. And I guarantee you, she's getting paid from all the commercials. And from everything else. But this is a business for people. This is her job. Making videos is her job. She doesn't selling patterns, even though she doesn't write patterns. She does not write a single one of her patterns. She can't read patterns. She can't write patterns. She sells patterns. She has somebody writing her patterns, and she on her Etsy, she sells patterns. She sells a, what do you call it? That you plug into your computer. And she sells patterns. You can download her patterns. And she sells the thumb drive with her patterns on it. She does not write those patterns. I have bought her patterns. Yes, supposed to be a paid sponsorship. A lot of people says right up in that corner, There are paid sponsorships on this, right? Just like mine says StreamYard right there. Right there. It says StreamYard right there. Because I pay for StreamYard, but I pay a lower level for StreamYard, so they put their name up there. If I paid more, StreamYard would not put their name up there. Mikey runs he's the crochet crowd. Yes, she does. Are you sure, Cheryl? Because I got an ad a day or two ago that said all of her things are on the thumb drive for all of her stuff. It just popped up like yesterday. Maybe it's not on, was it Etsy? I didn't pay any attention to it because I'm not buying it. BAG bag o day crochet patterns. There's her. Buy bag a day. I'm following the shop. She's got almost 10,000 sales. Figures. People trying to get their money back all the time. Yeah, I've got one of the drives. I bought it a year or so ago. Probably 2 years ago. That's funny because I literally had, on Etsy. That's where she sells her patterns. Digital downloads only now, huh? So you can't return it. Maybe it was a digital. Boy, that would be a big thing with all of the patterns. There's the hats, sweaters. That's weird because there's 407 patterns. But if you go to the sections, there's only like 10 or 20. Yeah, updated digital download. Interesting. Yep, it says digital download only on there. Yeah, that seems like that's what people would do because people are horrible. Yeah, I've got mine right there. I even know where it is. No, she does not write the patterns. She creates the patterns, but somebody else writes them out for her because she can't write a pattern. She doesn't know how. She's got ADHD. She's on the spectrum. And so she creates the patterns out of her brain and she crochets the patterns. She just doesn't have the ability to put them from her brain into written form. So she's got staff. She has a staff person who turns it into a written pattern. And then that written pattern gets put on her web page for sale, her Etsy page. They are her patterns. Yeah, she's not. Right, Amy? It's in a hot pink envelope. And it's right there. I can see it from here. I don't know why I know where that is. So I bought it a couple of years ago when it was, I bought all the patterns. And so now it's probably a third of the patterns that she has. But I didn't love it. Oh, anybody who's that big can't do all this themselves. There's nobody who has 1 million subscribers that's doing any of this stuff themselves. It's impossible. They're not answering their own mail. They're not answering their comments. It's impossible. Nobody. Yeah. You can't. It's a business. And she's lucky that she had the full support of her husband and people around her. Absolutely impossible. I mean, anybody who makes a video knows how long it takes to create a video, edit a video, crochet stuff. I mean, even just doing the crocheting. Eric he edits her videos. I know he used to work. I don't know if he works outside the home anymore or if he does all of that stuff for her. There's no way. She'll tell you I don't read patterns. She tells you that point blank. So there's no way she's doing the patterns. She does all her own crocheting. She can't crochet with small thread. She can only do, because she's got, I've tried, Susan. Yeah, I printed a couple of them, and it's from a long time ago. Like I said, 2 or 3 years ago. They were very difficult to read, the written pattern. They were not, in my opinion, they were not written very well. That's all I'm going to say. She's always been upfront about people helping her. There's no way. Yeah. Yeah. Somebody writes her patterns out for her. And she has gone back and, I mean, she's got, yeah, there's just so much. The patterns are from her, 100%. She creates her own patterns. The creative process is 100% from her. The writing of the pattern is not her. And she's right up front with that. She says that all the time. She doesn't read patterns. She doesn't write patterns. She does not have, I don't know what she could, sponsorships. I don't know what you consider a sponsorship. People give her yarn by the gallons. She does buy stuff, but she also has things given to her all the time. She has things being sold on, is it Mary Maxim or Hershey? I think it's Mary Maxim. She's got kits made up that is sold through them. She gets paid for that. She has a line of yarn. She teaches crochet on her channel, just like anybody else who has a video. That's how she teaches crochet. Her son works for her now too. Yeah, because her kiddos are getting bigger. All of her tutorials are how she teaches crochet. The vast majority of people who crochet now can't read or write a pattern. I bet if we do a hands up in here right now, a lot of folks on her can't read patterns and only crochet from tutorials on YouTube. And she gets paid from that stuff that's being sold on Mary Maxim. There's money. That's how she's making money. She's doing the crochet in her videos. No, she's doing the crochet in the video. She makes those patterns up out of her head. It's just like Darla. Darla doesn't write patterns. She does not write one word of patterns. And she does all of, I don't know if she reads patterns. Yeah, she does. She can read a pattern. Hi, Maritza, because she has, I know she has, she reads those stitch books. She can read the stitches out of those stitch books. No, she's not doing, she's doing her own stitching. What's her name? Let me think. Give me a minute. Angela from My Precious Yarnery. She creates her own out of her head. I don't know if she writes them. I don't know if she turns them into patterns. She can read patterns, but she really, really struggles because she has dyslexia. So often she will have somebody interpret the pattern for her, and then she'll crochet them. But there are many, many, many people who do tutorials who never write a pattern. So that, I mean, that doesn't even make sense to say somebody can crochet and do a tutorial, but because they're not writing a pattern, they're not doing it. I would say the majority of people who do tutorials don't ever write a pattern, because that's hard. Writing a pattern is hard work, and writing a pattern well is even harder. I mean, I'm doing this little thing right now, and Steve's giving me crap about not making it more difficult. And part of the reason it isn't more difficult is because I want to write a pattern for it, and I know how hard writing a pattern is. Yeah. Well, she may not have sponsors, but she's definitely, what her idea of help is, she's hired someone to write patterns because she cannot write a pattern. And if she's selling patterns, she's not writing them. And I know she has said before she doesn't like sponsors because she wants to give an honest review. So having a sponsor is different from somebody giving you yarn. She has people give her yarn all the time. All the time. I have people giving me they give me tote bags. They give me those diamond art things. They give me cross stitch kits. I review them and I give them away. They're not sponsoring me. Being sponsored is a whole different thing. When you're sponsored, you have an agreement. You may or may not get paid. I don't know how sponsors work, but it's a whole thing. But it's a whole thing. You are paid to, it's a commercial. You're doing a commercial for them. Yeah, I don't know about that. the sponsorships are weird anyway. I know some of them are so, some of the people that do sponsors are so picky that it's not worth the trouble. I just know that all I know is she cannot write or read a pattern. That's the extent of my knowledge. And I do know I hate buying patterns off of Etsy. I will go around in circles to avoid buying a pattern off of Etsy because they're so miserable to download. And after they changed their format or they changed something and everything I had ever bought off of them disappeared. Well, if Etsy patterns have some mistakes, it's not because of Etsy, it's because the person writing the patterns. That's got nothing to do with Etsy. The problem with Etsy is getting the pattern. You can't download it the way you bought it. And that's what's annoying. They have no problem taking your money, but getting it is problematic. And every time I buy a pattern, I end up spending an hour on the help desk trying to get it. So that's what I hate. So I just shy of refusing to buy any pattern. No, you can't get your money back because they figure you've already downloaded it because it's a digital download. And that's not the problem. The problem is once you buy it, it's just this huge circular process to access it. And I can't even get to the place where you have to get to access the download. It's just ridiculous. Yes, that's exactly it, Amy. You have to click on 400 things. And for me, it says you have to go here to click on it, and there is no here. So the only way I can get to it is to go to my computer. Well, I don't want to access my things. I love Ravelry, but not everybody who is on Etsy is on Ravelry. And when I have a pattern on Ravelry, it stores it for me in this nice, easy place. So yeah. And everything's in the same place, and I don't have 12 because you can't store it in Etsy. You have to download it and then it's done. And they have no record of you ever having it. So then if you lose your paper copy, it's gone. Yeah, I don't care. I just want to have all of my patterns in one place where I can keep track of things. And I can do that with Ravelry. I cannot do that with Etsy. So I hate it. And the only place I can access it is on my computer. So if I'm at the yarn store, I can't look at my pattern and see what color or how much yarn I need for a pattern that I've already bought. It's ridiculous. So, anywho, we are coming up on 3 hours, and I've got things I need to do. I got to get some stuff ready to mail, and I got to go work on cleaning out the motorhome. Got to go vacuum, and see how much of Mister's junk is in my way. He always says, I don't have anything in there. And I bring out bags and bags and bags. I love Ravelry. I know some people don't like it. And I know part of it was political. I don't care. I just want to play with yarn. And I want to have my patterns in a nice, easily accessible place. And it is. And I will see you guys soon. I have to think a minute. We are Wednesday. I think the next time is Wednesday for Rad Girls. Thursday morning, Dana she always goes live. Hi, Jessica. We're just getting ready to leave. Dana has, she always goes live on the road on Thursday morning. I hope everybody had a wonderful Easter. What was I going to say? Sometime this afternoon, I got to try to upload and then got to put all the description and everything in for, yes, thank you, Cheryl. For, I'll get the video downloaded for my unboxing of my mystery bags from what? From what? It's Aberdeen, my Aberdeen wool mystery bags. It was a good one. It really was a good one. I was very, very, very pleased. Didn't have any weird yarn in there at all. I will finish my crocheted edging on this, and I will start tonight. I will start next week's square for the knit along. I'm going to get ahead of the game instead of trying to finish it the night before it's due, like I usually do. Okay, guys, it was grand, and we will do this again. For those of you who popped in from Amber's channel, thank you so much. And I really hope that you will take a second and subscribe to my channel. It's been wonderful. We'll see you guys later. Bye. Bye, bye, bye.